supposed to be fixed. It's not fixed. Hold on. No. Come on now. Bro, they don't be making this easy at all. Alright, whatever. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. So, what the fuck? Is it working? I'm not seeing it. Come on. Come on now. I'm just waiting a little bit. I can only read. Let's see. I'm about to start in a second. Alright, whatever. So, anyway, welcome to my stream. I don't care if anybody's in here or not. This is really my first stream. It took me forever to try to put everything together, and the cameras and this stream and that stream. How do you stream on multiple platforms? Blah 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 blah. It's ridiculous. So, but oh, here we go. There we go. So I couldn't even fix the title just now. Whatever. So, but what I did want to my first stream, what I wanted to talk about is at least go over a little bit about me. You know, I'm in my 30s. I'm not gonna say exactly how old I am. It's irrelevant. But as you can see, black don't crack. I'm in my early 30s, mid 30s. I'm 35. Fuck it. I'm 35 years old. I'm in California. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. The reason why I even wanted to start doing this is I've seen people who have been successful on platforms that are just the most boring, corny, generic people. I mean, I get it when they're like just playing video games, when they're playing video games or something like that, because, you know, don't expect no video games out of me. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing no video games. I do play some video games, but I'm not going to do that and stream, and I still don't even understand that. But people watching other people play video games, I don't, you know, but I did feel like when it comes to just having a story, being unique, being entertaining, right? Because I do know that I'm entertaining. That's not a question. I mean, I can't even count how many white people I've had come up to me and go, "Oh, you know who you remind me of? Dave." Whatever black comedian is popular at that time, that's what they called me. Back when I was young, like, they'd be like, "Oh, you remind me of Chris Rock," especially with the Gap. That was a given. You know, in the early 2000s, "You remind me of Dave Chappelle." I've had Kevin Hart, obviously, recently. That because the height, don't look nothing like him or anything, you know, or even brand of, you know, how I would, you know, do comedy or anything. It's not even the same. You know, the one person I would have felt like I wanted to be called, Cat Williams, never got that one, but that's whatever. Anyway, so basically, I'm somebody who's, I got 3 kids. You know, I'm unique in the sense that I don't have the normal, generic, regular black guy story. You know, hey, black guy from, you know, I lived in the hood, and it was just my mom and me, and I had my brother too, and, you know, I went through tough times and all that bullshit. I mean, you know, it's the constant generic, you know what I'm saying, you know, movie, Menace to Society, that type of shit, a story. When in reality, I was born and raised into, my dad was a lawyer. I had money. I'm rich for years. When I was born, all the way up to about 5th grade, I think. It was 5th grade. I was born and went to school around white people. Had a big ass house, probably I think the biggest one on the block. Had a pool in the back, big backyard. Did get-togethers and stuff like my cousins and family, because I got a big family. My dad's side, they would come to our house, and I was educated. I talked proper. They called me a white boy. That's when you got some money. When when black people call you call you white boy, you sound like a white boy. Why are you talking so good? Like what? Here we go. Why you got good speech? Good. Why you got good punctuation? Make it. I mean, that's the many nonsense of the black community. But yeah. So that's what that was. And I was basically, very well off. My parents were born. I was born and raised with both parents. I had my father, which is different. Most people don't have that, or most brothers don't have that. No, most black people, especially nowadays. I mean, shit's getting to the point where most even white people don't have it. I mean, they've normalized it to the point where it's insane. Hold on, I think I'm gonna go live on Instagram. Hello. There we go. Oh God. I see some people. You see what it's about? Putting yourself on. A lot of people they have no fear. They have no fear. They don't care. They get on camera. Got crumbs around their mouth from, McDonald's. Dirty background. They just don't even care. No shame. So, hold on. I'm gonna get on my Instagram. Okay, so basically, yeah. So I was born into money until 5th grade, and then I'm saying this is why I'm more unique. I'm just telling a story about how I'm a lot more unique than most people. I want to say most black guys around my age, but anybody practically. And my parents divorced when I was in 5th grade. And then I got the taste of, slowly, surely started to get just kind of more broke. And I don't want to disrespect my parents or anything, because they did way more better than most people's parents. I mean, 70-80% of most, probably 90%. I had a great childhood, but I did, at one point my parents, they got, they were beefing, and then my dad kind of had to do his own thing, and I was with my mom, and I just went reckless. So what I'm saying is, I had to move out where the white people were and go the hood, the niggas. You know what I'm saying? And so I had a piece of that. My second half. I mean, up till now, shit, goddamn, I ain't not gotten away from niggas to this day. So, so still next to niggas, but so I have a different perspective, way more different than most people. I definitely didn't fall for the usual programming, especially that black people fall for. Black people fall for the programming, the brainwashing, or whatever you want to call it. It's super hard in the black community, but I didn't really, even most normal people, like most normal people get mad programming and, mad stood down a path. I've always said, depending on how successful you are within the system, or within life, within the system, and how you're supposed to operate, that's usually how how much you fall for the programming, how much you fall for the brainwashing, or whatever you want to call it. I know people that have. Oh, look at my man's, Ronnie. See, my man's right here. Fuck with you, bro. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, people falling for the programming. Most people fall for the programming because the system works for them. I'm not gonna say who, but I got a family member who they went from beginning to college and then to now, where they have their own family, and I've had several of these people, and they go and do everything they're supposed to do. They go to elementary school, then middle school. They don't get in trouble. They kind of fall in line. They graduate high school. They go to college, a university. They do the whole shebang. They get some career, whatever that's plentiful, where they can make good money, makes over six figures, has a wife, couple kids, white picket fence, the whole shebang. So he has no reason to question anything. He's like, life is great. Why do I need to question things, right? I talk to this person all the time, and I'll try to tell him, look, man, they lying to us about this, and then he's like, so what? He doesn't care, because he continues to operate on through his, his daily, and do whatever he's doing, because it hasn't came to his doorstep yet. Let's put it that way. It hasn't came to his doorstep yet, and eventually all these situations come a knocking. Shit, even like something like COVID or something, shit comes a knocking. You can't avoid it, right? And so basically my whole thing is that I'm a super skeptic. I question everything. There's nothing that you could tell me and I'd be like, oh yeah, sure. Yeah, oh, well, that sounds about right. No. I have questions. When, where, who, why? How did this happen? Who told you that told them? Right? I ask questions. I don't, and that's where I think a lot of people have kind of lost and fallen away from, where they just believe anything. There are things that I would tell you that I don't believe, or I have questions about, where you would probably think I'm nuts. You'd be like, what? What do you mean you don't? What do you mean? We learned about that in 6th grade. How do you not know? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I ask a couple questions and they get, they get all upset, So I just like to ask questions, and that pisses people off a lot, because you piss people off when you attack people's worldview. There's certain things that people have cemented, ingrained in them, that it's not even a question. Of course, that is what it is. So then when someone comes along and says, no, that's not what that is, they're like, you're falling out of line. How dare you? What do you mean? What are you asking that question for? The question doesn't make sense. See, that's where they go. That's the what I'm saying? That's how they go. That's how they they decipher. That's how they take it in, where they say, no, the question doesn't make sense. The question's bullshit. Why are you questioning this regular norm? Let's say, for example, if I was like, cars aren't real. Let's just say I said that to somebody. I was dead serious. I'm like, cars aren't real. And they'd be like, what? What are you talking about, cars don't? What? What are you talking about? Of course cars are real. I drive when I get in one, and then I started to lay out evidence. Even if the evidence was not that, was somewhat faulty or whatever, there's still some evidence that somebody that person knows trusts in, and they would go, and they would start to think of the implications. What is that? If they are right, your subconscious starts to go, if they are right, what are the implications of that? Everybody that I know, the car salesman is lying. Everybody, what I'm saying? Which I know it makes no. I mean, it's cars, so that's a weird. What I'm saying? Like there's people. I've met people that don't believe birds are real, right? They don't believe birds are real. I guess that's a better example. They don't believe birds are real, right? And or another one like dinosaurs. Like You know, I don't know if dinosaurs were even real. I really don't. I see pictures of them. I know they have amusement parks about them. I know, blah blah blah. But if you actually look at, what I'm saying, a lot of from what I've read is that all those bones and fossils and shit in the museum are fake. So, I mean, shouldn't we be like tripping over dinosaur bones if they were like real and here everywhere? You know. But see, that's a question where people go, "Oh, what do you mean?" Like, so anyway, that's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a skeptic. I get people. I like to ruffle people's feathers. And a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people like to just stay in their mode. They're like, I like to stay in my seat in the train, and you're like pushing me. Like, they make people uncomfortable. I like to make people uncomfortable. That's kind of my MO. So. Oh, what's up, Alex? How you doing, man? What's good? But that's so basically one of the I was in the middle of making this video, but I can do it right now. It's about, I wanted to tell a story about does anybody have these? Nah. Mushroom gum. Nah. Come on. They sold them at the store. Like, when I bought them, I was like, nigga, please. Please, nigga. Knock it off, nigga. Okay, knock it off. You know what I'm saying? Pop a little THC in there and just call it a day. And the gummies are trash. They taste horrible. What the fuck? So you see, in the fine print, CBD. There you go. That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit. But if it had THC in it, it might fuck me up because I don't smoke anymore. Whatever. Anyway, but what I wanted to talk about, because I do have 3 boys, I have 3 sons, and one thing I wanted to talk about to a lot of people that have younger kids that probably haven't experienced this yet, that will at some point, especially going at what we went through C-19 and 2020 and 2021, and how you see how they operate when it comes to the children. They don't give a FYI, they don't give a fuck about your fucking kid. Your kid is a number just like you are. So, I mean, don't think for a second, oh, they're gonna, little Johnny, they would never. Yes, the fuck they would. Yes, the fuck they would. Okay? And my oldest son, they were talking about putting up tents and shit to get people shot. They're like, you don't have to tell your parents. Like, what? I think it was Gavin Newsom. He just made a law. I think he passed a law, all quietly, of course, in California. Here, crazy people here, where I think it's here, that if you're trans and you're a kid and you want to change, and you want to transition, we can do it behind your parents don't need to know. We could do it behind their back, or I could be somewhat wrong. I know that is the basis of the law, which is insane. Which is, what I'm saying, attacking kids, attacking parental rights. That's kind of the whole deal. But yeah, man, peace out. Yeah, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. I don't know what that is. Wait, what did he say? No, I don't smoke anymore, bro. I don't smoke anymore. You want to know the truth? I'll tell you the truth. And people know me, they're like, Kevin doesn't smoke anymore. Yes, I won't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked maybe in, I want to say 5-6 months. Yeah, long time. I'll say what. Where are you streaming at? If you go to my story, I think I'm on Kick and YouTube right now, and obviously Instagram. I'm using Restream. I was trying to do it on Facebook too, but they were like, to do 3 streams, yeah. Oh, no, nigga, what? And Rodney, for everybody in the chat, if you have Rumble, bro, on Rumble, because I wanted to stream on Rumble. I have a Rumble. It's the same as my YouTube, the Black Truther. Nigga, you need 5 subs. Like, I got mad. I have like almost like 70 like likes. I have 0 subs, bro. And they won't let me stream. They're like, nigga, you need 5. They used to have that for YouTube. They'd be like, no, nigga, you need 50 or some shit like that. But if you're still here, Rodney, I need you to go sub to my Rumble. Anybody who has Rumble, it's my same as my YouTube, which is at the. See, I should. Something told me, oh, poster. I was like, no, nobody's gonna be in there. See, and I should have made a. Whatever. Wait a minute. Sorry, y'all. One second. I got a whiteboard. Oh. Good. Good. What's happening? Okay, I'm gonna get to it though. I'm gonna talk to my son. The reason why I don't smoke anymore is because I caught those little niggas smoking, bro. Yes, my kids. I probably shouldn't be saying this on the stream. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. You know, I caught them little niggas smoking. And, well, is it me? No, I think their mom did, whatever. I don't know. There's, 3 people on here? Don't repeat this. Don't repeat. Post where you stream in your Insta bio. But yeah. This is my first time doing it. Start coming by and check that shit out. And I definitely got you on that Rumble. My man. Good looking, Ryan. Knew I could count on you. Yeah, I'll post it in my bio in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I want to get. He asked the question, so I'm gonna say it, but I want to get to the story, the reason about here. Anyway, my boys, the oldest one even was smoking like with the older one, and I was livid. I tested both of them. They were both positive. I probably shouldn't be saying this. No, I'm not. Okay, yeah, whatever. It is what it is, bro. They got in trouble. They got in big trouble, and I tried to tell them to stop, and then, so basically, and then they got, oh my God, if my baby mom finds out I say that, she's gonna lose her shit. But, yeah, that's why, but the reason why I say that, I say all that to say basically, I basically told them, like, look, I can't be hypocritical and tell them not to smoke and I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, fuck, I'm gonna stop. Now you can't say shit. You know what I'm saying? That was the idea. Now you can't say shit. And they're like, oh, okay. And then, of course not. Like, why would they agree to such terms, right? Anyway, what I wanted to talk about, basically, for the main topic that I wanted to talk about is ADHD and big pharma and what they do to these kids. This is what I was telling them, with public schools, like, especially on the West Coast or Western, more liberal, like, schools and stuff, they are going to completely abide by and listen to whatever the government or the CDC says, and they have no problem poking your kids with whatever the fuck they want. They have no problem just putting them up, putting that shit in your kids, bro. And it's crazy. And so, when I was younger, I was, and I think I was in high school, early high school, maybe freshman or something. They got a school psychologist, and he he convinced my mom to put me on Adderall or Ritalin or whatever the fuck, and now me being who I am, I took it for a while, and I was like, shit making me weird, bro. Like, I didn't like the feeling. You know what I'm saying? At that time, especially in like early high school, like I was consuming a lot of weed and like other things. So that was kind of fucking up my, you know what I'm saying? I had a schedule, you know what I'm saying? I had a regimen, and then this shit comes in and starts, tweaking me out. Because you gotta understand, I don't care what they say, they're liars. That shit is methamphetamine. That's what it is. It's amphetamine. It's fucking methamphetamine. I don't care what these niggas say. They say, no, it's we take this chemical compound out and bullshit. It's fucking methamphetamine, bro. Knock it off. You know, just like what they do with was it this is a Percocet or an opiate where we take this and then put promethazine. No, it's heroin. Shut the fuck up. It's heroin, nigga. Knock it off. Okay, knock it off. You can dress it up how you want to. It's fucking heroin. Okay, knock it off. You know, and so I was taking ADHD. I was taking that shit. I got diagnosed. Okay, whatever. Basically, with ADHD, as long as you don't want to sit in a chair for 8 hours, you got ADHD. Like, all the young boys have that shit in in the public school system. Why? For one, I mean, it's easy to, boys want to move and shit. You know, this is why girls are way more book smart, as they say, and all that. It's because girls can have the ability to just sit there and actually, concentrate and take direction. Whereas boys don't want to do it. Boys are like, I gotta get up. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing here? This is boring. Da, da, da. And my son, and so me, when I was in the early 2000s, this is where Big Pharma started coming in hard. So my mom, just, okay, like, no problem. I was such a problem where my mom was like, any solution, like, whatever works. My mom was like, this nigga's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Whatever works, I'm down with. So they gave me that shit, and then, that shit didn't work, of course. And I was like, yo, I don't like how this is making me feel. It made me feel, it felt really weird, And then, so then I started selling it to other kids. Of course, my mom would give it to me, and I'd sell it to other kids, and da. And I eventually, and then I would go to the doctor or the psychologist or whatever, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's not." I'd be like, "Yeah, and I'm not feeling it. Yeah, no, it's kind of weak. I might have to up the dosage." So they up in the dosage, right? You know what I'm saying? And the schools get like kickbacks or some shit from as many. You know what I'm saying? I do know that in certain districts, if the kid is labeled, on ADHD or whatever, I think you can take that child's test scores out of the bunch, right? So if you take that child's test scores out the bunch, then they don't count, and mostly those kids aren't doing great in school. So, and they want high test scores. The more high test scores, the better the funding, the more money they make or get and shit like that. So it's all a game, bro. It's all a scam. And so there's numbers attached with, and see, that's where it's all bad. That's when it's all bad right there. That's all I need, see? That's all I need. People are like, I need this mountain of evidence. No, nigga, like, I don't need a mountain of evidence. Like, they're saying that, they're like, well, if we do X, Y, and Z, then this happens, and that's good. No. You're profiting off children being diagnosed or and pushing pills down people's mouth, throat. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck, bro? And of course they continue to do that shit, and not a problem, and they do it all through the year. So coming up, I remember that shit was happening. I was like, man, I'm not taking this shit. And I remember my mom being like, hey, you got to keep taking this shit. I'm like, I'm not taking this shit. And then what happens? My mom, and then the ADHD, when I got older, my oldest son, he got they tried to diagnose him. And so they use all these little techniques and stuff. They use all these techniques where they could tell that I was more informed. So they tried to ask me to do it, and I told them absolutely not. I know the game. Like, I basically was like, no, I know the game. Like, you're not about to, psychologize my oldest son. And then they tried to ask his mom separately from me when I wasn't around. So you already know that's after they asked me. So you already know that's shady. You know what I'm saying? And then she came to me and was like, hey, let's at least go to the meeting. So they had this meeting, and she told them it was just her coming, but I pop up, and they're like, oh, shit. And then, there's this big table with all these credentialed people around the whole table. You know what I'm saying? All these people with, mad credentials, like their name tag, doctor, da 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 da, MD, PhD, and all this shit, But that doesn't move me. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't move me. And so we were in this office, and they had slides, a PowerPoint presentation. Like, I'm like, damn, they really want this nigga to be on ADHD. Good luck. I don't buy it. I'm not buying it. You know what I'm saying? I knew, my son. I'm like, he doesn't need that shit. You're not about to drug him up, And so we said no. They pushed and pushed, said no, and he was fine. He's fine. He's got a job now. He's 17 now. He's working. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he didn't need that. And nowadays, let's check out how many. And so then I start to think, I'm like, because they just tried to do it with my 12-year-old too, 12 or 13, and I told him, I said, yo, if they try to evaluate you or anything, because they're shady about it. They're not out in the open. They do this, especially after C19 or whatever. They're shady about it. They're not trustworthy. So then they're like, oh, if they try to do it, then, tell me and blah, blah, blah. So I started thinking, wait a minute. So what are the numbers here? Here, I'm going to jump out of here because everybody's gone. What is it like? Was it 12? 12, 1, 2. Okay. Yeah. If you want to see the numbers, I'm about to pull up numbers and other shit. If you want to continue with the stream, check my story on Kick and YouTube. You can connect there and then come see it if you want. Yes, I want to end the goddamn video. You went live 2 weeks straight. See how many more weeks in a row you can go. What? You're like limited? Oh, that's goofy as fuck. That's fine. I don't need to. Okay, here we go. Hold on, yo. What the fuck? New real. What's a reel? Bro, what? Bro, Instagram makes shit so difficult. Like, just no, I don't want it real. View in live archive. I said share. Is this alive? Like, hold on. Bro, they on that bullshit. They're always like, you gotta do this if you want to do this. And no. Wait. Into money until 5th or 6th grade, 5th grade. And then I'm saying this is why I'm more unique. I'm just what is this? What? Oh, it's the whole live? I guess, bro. Anyway. Okay, so I want to pull out numbers right now. So I decided after thinking about it and I was having a conversation with somebody, I believe at work. This is how all this came up. Somebody at work was just like, yeah, of course, no problem. Yeah, they said he's got ADHD and da da da. And I think they have like, she said she's got like 4 boys. Like, this is like a lot of kids. Like, and that's the thing. People, they don't even question anything. They're just like, oh, they just appeal to authority. They're just like, oh, he had a white lab coat on, so, of course, like, and of course, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna, like, it's taboo to even question these things, which is insane in itself. You know what I'm saying? I can't even question anything. without people. And what's crazy is if I just asked a question, they look at me like I'm. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm like, what? Like, why is it that the Amish don't have none of this? Amish don't eat what we eat. they don't. They don't do anything we do, like on a massive scale. They feed their own with their own food, and they don't get vaxes. And why don't they get autism? Hmm? Why don't they get all these things, cancer and diabetes? And I read something where they were saying like, now that was the only source I had that I got, but they were saying yeah, Amish don't get none of that. Oh really? Something to ponder, right? See, and stuff like that, it makes me go, wait, what? That's not just, we just, that don't make any sense. No, it does make sense. That makes plenty of sense. What are you talking about? So, let's see. Here we go. Oh, this shit behind. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So first off, 1 in 4 middle and high school students are abusing Adderall. Now that's abusing. I don't know what the detail. I'd have to read this to see what the detail is of how do you classify abusing? Because even a lot of these. Here we go. 1 in 4 U.S. teens. What's the age? In some U.S. schools, up to 25% of students are abusing ADHD drugs. Because it's meth, yo. It's meth. It's a stimulant. It's an upper. Like, knock it off. Stop with it. And this is what I mean. Stuff like this. They can't even be, like, real. Like, it's little stuff like this which made me go, bro, I can't even listen to anything they're saying because they act like we're stupid. Like, I got Google, nigga. I can Google this shit. Like, this shit is basically amphetamine. It's amphetamine. It is basically methamphetamine, bro. Even if you said it's a light meth, okay, diet meth, okay, what you thought? Like what? No, bro, this is not good. It's not cool, and it's not even. My thing is that it's not even. Listen, I'm not saying it's completely ban it. Da 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 da. Maybe it is okay in certain situations, certain aspects, certain people. Blah blah blah. 25% of the students are. Bro, they're getting high. They're using it recreationally. This is not like. Wait, check this. Wait, this is the one, not the one I wanted to see. So let's see. Wait, up to 1 in 4. This is crazy. Let's see. Schools with the biggest proportion of students, 12% or higher, reporting prescription stimulant therapy. So that's 12 people that are actually going through doing it right. And then out of the 12, 8% are reporting stimulant misuse. Well, yeah. Yes. I could have told you that. Like, prescriptions for ADHD medications surged during COVID-19. Look at that. See, but that's not even that much. They went from 1.1 to 2.31, and they stretched the graph out. I get it. Still a lot of people. One child is one too many, if you ask me. Figure out different ways. This is crazy. But here's the one that freaked me out. This one right here. Prescription drug use. This is insane. See, you can't be scared to ask these questions and see that this is, people see stuff like this or what they want to turn away. They don't want to believe it. They want to, you know what I'm saying? It's too much for them. Yo, this is your kid, your neighbor's kid, your nephew, you gotta, can't allow this shit. Look, so Health Policy Institute of Georgetown. This is Georgetown. I'm thinking, Georgetown University. I would hope that it says .edu, or it says .edu. So it's just like when it says .gov, we're legit. But here we go. Look at this. Oops. People with shit. Okay. A vital component of healthcare. 60% of all adults in the United States use prescription drugs. That's not good. That's bad. That's beyond bad. That's I'd be freaked out if it was 40%, 45%. 66%? Do you think every one of them definitely needs that? I call bullshit. Prescription drugs are costly, some 73 billion. And that's another thing. They make mad money off this. Almost 16% of total healthcare expenditures was spent on prescription drugs for adults in 98. Prescription drugs are a vital component of efforts to maintain or improve health. No, they're not improving anything. That's my whole point. They're not improving anything. They're keeping it stagnant. They're keeping it regular. This is insane. People with chronic conditions depend on prescription drugs. People with chronic conditions, like 89% of people with arthritis and 98% of people with diabetes. Yeah. 98%. Now, okay, I get it. It's diabetes. Got to keep, but what's the amount? What are we doing with trying to cure or trying to do? I mean, are we doing anything else, or are we just putting all the money into this? Just saying, hey, y'all got it. It is what it is. Here's some pills. Like, adults with diabetes fill about 4 times as many prescriptions and spend. Oh, yeah, see? Spend about 4 times as much on prescription drugs as the general population. High prescription drug use may also reflect. You can't tell me that they're not giving niggas diabetes with the shit that they feed us. Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Here we go. Look at this shit. Look at this shit right here. The age, this is proportion of adults using prescription drugs, percentage. Average number of prescriptions. What is it? What's that word? Is that filled? Oh, filled annually. Filled. 18 and 30 or 53. 3. 62. 6. 50 to 64. Now, after you 60, I get it. I could get it like 80 plus, 91%. Okay, I guess. But 22, like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to question that part, even though I think you should. Really should, but I don't have any evidence to really, you know what I'm saying? And people are going to go, oh, they're old, so, okay, whatever. I mean, shit, even like, family members of mine that are older, like, they got, like, bags of, like what? Like, it just seems ridiculous. Look at the gender. This is what I want to see, gender. Male, 56%, which is over 50, which is already crazy. Female, 75%. Average number of prescriptions filled annually, 11. And why are more poor people well, I guess that makes sense actually. But Big Pharma, bro. Big Pharma. All bad. Let's check out. I mean, I don't know how much I have to drill it into people. I mean, I'm not even asking. I'm not even saying that this is what it is. And I'm just questioning. I'm just asking, like, you know what I'm saying? These aren't, like, do you think this company, this industry is have good intentions? Like, this doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. And that's not even factoring in what happened in 2020. Factor that in after. Oh Lord. But well, really, because my eyes were open before even 2020 when what happened with me with my son. That's when I was like, oh no. Nah, they up to no good. They up to no good. They got some kind of agenda. Look at this. Here we go. Look at it. This is the salary of a school psychologist. Psychologist. School psychologist makes the average 78, almost 80,000. 70%. What? 70% of them make 100 grand? Look at that. They top out 89, almost 90. Of course, look how they raise. Look how they raise up from 2010 on and up. Of course. Let's get them good. Wow. And then also, and then no Amish kids. Look, well, this is the AP. No Amish kids aren't immune to cancer, diabetes. Whenever they do that, no, so and so. That's when I'm like, oh, these are full of shit. Like I remember when they're like, no, COVID cannot be transferred or transmitted through the or some shit like that. It's like, bro, see, and they aren't vaccine free either. These are false. There's no new research supporting the claims. Experts who study Amish communities say most members have some level of vaccination, and that research has shown significant deaths from. I would like to know. See, that's a really general. They also say studies have documented causes of autism, diabetes, and cancer among the Amish, albeit at a lower rates in some cases than the broader population, and for reasons that are unrelated to their vaccinations. How do you know? How do you know? See? Yeah, see? All right, we're going to get up out of here. And if you stay with me, if you're watching it right now afterwards, I appreciate it. Yo, if you can go to my Rumble, I have a Rumble which is the same as my YouTube, the Black Truther. I just need 5 subscriptions, and I can stream from there. You know, this is really like the first time that I've streamed for, I don't know, I think like an hour or so. I have no idea how long I've been here, been on. Feels like maybe about an hour. I think like an hour or so. I have no idea how long I've been here, been on. Feels like maybe about an hour. I think like an hour or so. I have no idea how long I've been here, been on. Feels like maybe about an hour. Even if you came just for a little bit to holler at me, to see what's up, and you know, there we go. You know, just for a little bit. Oh shit! See what's up. God damn it! You know. And it's been 48 minutes, so I appreciate the love. If I do get any, give me feedback. Tell me how you feel. Tell me, no, you too close to the mic, or you know, you're not doing this enough, or you know, blah blah blah, whatever it is. You know, I'm thick. I was about to say some weird shit. I have a thick skin. I don't have a thin skin. You know, what the fuck is this? You're not doing this enough, you know, blah blah blah, whatever it is. You know, I'm thick skin. Shut up. I have a thick skin. I don't. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know. It's not so. You know, I'll probably be, most likely I'll be on tomorrow. You know, and little man will probably be with me, my 5-year-old. So that'll be entertaining. So subscribe to my Kick. Subscribe to my YouTube. If you go to my, I'm gonna put them in my Instagram bio. And I'm gonna put them in all my bios, and Kick and Instagram, all that shit. So, you know, I'd appreciate at least a sub, at the very least, and a comment, maybe. Let me know what's bragging. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel. So, all right, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna late as hell. It's 12:15. All right.